Welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight back in action, race number 8 on hand here from America's heartland, Newton, Iowa, at the Iowa Speedway, hosting tonight's race for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. Drivers beginning to eyeball that championship chase just around the corner. We'll get into some of your point standings in just a few moments, but first, let's move through the qualifying times. Let's throw some of the speeds over there to the left-hand side of your screen. There you can see Andrew Koska, top of the speed charts. Quick time here in the Premier Racing setup. Qualifying session, top spot for the moment, 23:40 is the fast time for Koska. Just 2 bullets left to dodge. Dave Sanders and Judd Danielson yet to put in their time lapse. We'll see how they go about it, but it's not about starting in the front here at Iowa. Very tough, little tight. 0.8 of a mile racetrack. These drivers are going to have their hands full all night long. As we await the time on Sanders, looks like 23:80. Where's he gonna go? Inside of the top 10. That's gonna do it for Sanders' run. The top spot here in qualifying, Danielson not coming out, so that will do it. Pole position will belong to the 86 Fast Machine. Andrew Koska going to pick up yet another pole position. That's going to help his point standings. We talked about the points. We'll get to some of that in just a handful of moments. But first, how you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV land, race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight as always. Bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, we're going to step away for just about a 45-second commercial break. Get you your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back for the Starlink 160.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And back trackside as the field receives the go-ahead, engines will start and we will roll. Off of pit lane, little look at the field as they get ready. The pace truck begins to move. You hear the familiar sounds in the background, you know it's time to run down tonight's Starlink 160 for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup series, starting inside row number 1, walking away with the pole position here tonight. Oh my goodness, and it looks like the graphics have gone awry. Andrew Koska will lead us to the green flag. Cody Heinzman just to his outside with Gary Bowman. Cody Richardson outside row number 2. Back in row number 3, Sherman and Lung will go at it. Jurgen and Grubb back in row number 4. And row number 5, the 77 of Dave Sanders, followed by the 47 of Nathan Dufton. Chris Letts, Christian Delgado, rounding out your top 12. Back in row number 7 here tonight, Dave Gainforth, followed by Brian Dorsey. Judd Danielson, Stephen Music will round out row number 8. Big tip of the cap to the race official just down the hall, Tom Richter, pulling race control and admin duties here tonight. So big shout out to him as we get ready to embark on a long night of racing here tonight. 160 laps around this 8/10 of a mile short track nestled in Newton, Iowa. We've got some great racing weather, nice and cool. Track temperature nice and cool. There should be a ton of grip as we get ready to let these machines uncork. We'll see how we go about it here. Off of 4 for the first time into the restart zone, and green flag flies here at Iowa. See already the 86 of Casca dealing with a bump on the bottom of 1 and 2. Very characteristic track here at Iowa. You've got some bumps up there around that middle to high lane through 3 and 4. A little bit of a bump down there in 1 and 2. We've seen your pole sitter hit it as he will lose the top spot to Cody Heinzman. Heinzman will lead an official lap hill. Christian Delgado, trouble, big trouble in the back. Caution flag flies, big trouble in the back. We've got a little bit of a pile up. Let's go check it out once again. You see the 13 on the slide. Sanders going to get caught up. The 6 slow, the 9 slow. So some big moments here. Let's see if we can get another look at it, guys. What do we got going on here? 77 of Dave Sanders. Then you can see Sanders just up at the high side. 13 goes down to the bottom. A little bit of a lockup on the rear tires. The 6 also with a slide, and let's take. Can we get one more look? Do we got the drone down there? The secondary? Yeah, let's go to that one. And there's the wheel hop by the 13. There's the wheel hop by the 6. Both gonna go around. Innocent bystander getting shoved into the outside wall. I believe that may have been Nathan Dupton involved in this one, but I believe that may have been the 29 of Judd Danielson catching a piece of this. Of some early trouble tonight for a lot of drivers in this field. We'll head back out front with the race leader, Cody Heinzman. Sanders and Danielson both on to pit road. Michael Grubb in the 99. Gonna head to pit lane as well, so 3 drivers, some substantial damage. They should be able to get back out there on the racetrack, but early troubles here in Iowa. Biggest mover so far, Brian Dorsey, going to pick up a handful of positions after the carnage and chaos there in turn number 1. And that's something that we've already discussed. The characteristics in turn number 1, you got to be careful when you're on the brakes, hard, if you're going over the bump, if you're in that little dip right there. It can be pretty detrimental to the handling of the race car. As we'd seen right there on display, 2 drivers losing it in the same corner at separate times. So a lot going on behind the wheel here tonight. Early for these drivers, a lot for them to think about. Will they begin to head up the racetrack a little bit, kind of straddle that first dotted line about a half a car length off of the bottom of the racetrack? That seems to be somewhat of a sweet spot. 3 and 4. Man, you don't even want to get me started about the bumps on the top of 3 and 4. Danielson and Sanders able to get the machines back out on track without losing a lap here tonight. Michael Grubb, unfortunately, Grubb will fall off the lead lap, still fixing some damage as Sanders comes back in to just massage the fenders a little bit. We're going to have the 2 to go this time around. So while it's early, tell you what, while it's fresh on our mind, just a handful of weeks left here in the regular season before these drivers will shift focus onto the task at hand. The championship Chase just around the corner for these drivers. Let's bring you some of your official point standings coming into tonight's race. There you can see the man that walked away with a race win last week from Charlotte Motor Speedway, picking up his 3rd win on the season, 6th top 10, 6th top 5. Cody Richardson is on rail so far this season. 14-point advantage coming into tonight's race. Jerry Isaacs right there locked into that championship chase as well. Dan Keene in the mix. Keene still looking for that first race win. 30 points out of the overall points lead. But look for Keene to be one of the drivers you got to watch out for throughout the course of the rest of this season. Ed Jurgen right there inside of your top 5 as well. Jared Camilli, 1 race win so far this season for Camilli. So we'll see how much further he can get that number 30 machine. We'll see if he can make some headway, because he is missing in action here tonight. So we'll see if Camilli is able to put some things together in the next 2 to 3 weeks to continue that championship run. Locked in for the time being, so a lot up for grabs inside of your top 12. And we'll bring you back to some of that a little bit later on here tonight, should the opportunity present itself. Field back through 3 and 4, doubled up, ready to go once again. It's time to unleash the beast in America's heartland. Let's get back underway in the Starlink. 160 has the green flag, flies once again. Heinzman leads us across the line. Single file, front of the field. We're going to keep it right here where the action is. Let's stay here. Nathan Dufton off of turn number 4. There you can see the Mobile 147 machine out in front of Corey Sherman, Brian Dorsey in tow. Stefan Music making some headway. Bottom of the racetrack. Check out that 09. Big mix-ups in the back. Let's go back here. Sanders along with Gainforth. Danielson involved right here as well. Brian Dorsey. There you can see, I believe that is Michael Grubb out there on the racetrack, significantly off of the lead lap for the time being, as lap number 10 is going to go on the board. We're going to jump around the racetrack, try to bring you some more of the action back to the front of this field. There you can see the Blackstone 08, top of the speedway. 92 of Jurgen down on the bottom, looking for some more. They'll go side by side. Jurgen will get the spot, heading back into 1. Top 3 break it away. We'll drop the timing and scoring back to the left-hand side of the screen. Let you follow along and find your favorite driver in the field here tonight. It's going to be a fast-paced night. These laps are going to click off rather quickly. Still looking at under 24 seconds on the stopwatch here tonight. And closely mirroring the pole time here tonight. We're going to take a look at the fastest lap of the race so far, 23:46. Koska taking the pole position with a 23:40. So Heinzman and Koska right there knocking on the door of those qualifying time type race runs. It's going to go a long way through the course of tonight. Field looks to be single file for the majority of the part. We're going to take a look right here. A little bit of a traffic jam as the 6 setting his sights on the back end of the 65 of Cody Letts. Chris Letts, we apologize. Cody at the front with Corey behind him. Single file racing early here tonight. Let's jump on board if we can with the Chevy onboard camera here tonight, carried by the 65 of Chris Les. There you can see utilizing that 5th gear. Interesting to see these drivers in that 5th gear. You can see the RPM staying a little low. Good momentum off of the corner, able to make the pass. And he'll get by Nathan Dufton. Going to go side by side once again through 3 and 4. Momentum will pay off on the high side. Still trying to complete the pass, hasn't done it properly just yet. Is the field going to make their way through 1 and 2? Now will make the pass. They can stick off of the backstretch. We'll head back to turn 3. Gonna watch this 92 of Ed Jurgen for just a handful of moments here. Jurgen sitting in that 4th position, 3.5 seconds back from Cody Richardson. Your top 3 absolutely stepping away here tonight. Koska not allowing Heinzman to get away. Richardson doing the same. So things starting to shape up at the front of the field. Looks like a 3-car breakaway. We're going to jump back to where the action is once again. Let's go back here and take a look at Danielson and Sherman going at it. They're bruising. Number 29 sponsored Chevy Camaro looking for a position on a fellow Chevy driver. Sherman looks to be struggling just a little bit on that corner exit of turn number 1. Gives up a little bit of time. A little further on back, let's take a look here. The 101 Spam sponsored machine of Dave Gainforth looking to get around Christian Delgado, the 13, sitting in the 11th position, looking for a little bit more right here, but it is still early. Only working lap 21 out of the 160 scheduled in tonight's official race distance here at Iowa Speedway. So the Starlink 160 a long way from being over. The gaps are starting to develop. Let's go back here once again. Gary Bowman now dealing with that 65 of Letts as Letts has walked away from Dufton. Let's see, can we take a look inside the car? There it is, Gary Bowman behind the wheel. Man, these things are loud. Love it. So you want to be a race car driver, that's what you got to deal with. And oh, trouble, Chris Letts gonna have some problems. 47 of Nathan Dufton also involved here. Let's go back. Let's check the replay. Oh, just a big snap. Big snap of the car on the bottom of the racetrack. We got another vantage point of that, guys. Let's take a look at that coming out of turn number 2. That is a massive. That is a big hit. We're going to take one more look at it here on the Premier Racing setup. Replay. And unfortunately, going to catch a piece of the action is Nathan Dufton. Let's go on board here. We do got an onboard camera with Dufton, don't we, guys? Let's go back here. Take a look at it. Did you see the loosen? Snaps back to the right. Oh, a little piece on the right rear. And more contact with the inside wall. Big trouble, big contact. Dufton gonna have some issues to deal with, but a hard lick for Chris Letts as we jump back with your race leader. Cody Heinzman did not head down pit road. Entire field heads to pit road as Heinzman will stay out. I would expect to see him head to pit road this time around. But as we are under caution for the second time here tonight, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back live trackside as the field receives the 1 to go. Pace truck lights are out. We're ready to refire this thing once again here tonight in Starlink 160. You're watching the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series race number 8 here in the regular season. With the regular season just about ready to come to a close, a handful of weeks left for these drivers to position themselves to chase after the championship trophy. We'll see if we get a fresh face to victory lane or a repeat winner here tonight. Pace truck in, on the gas, and away we go. Green flag flies once again here at Iowa. After snatching the Premier Racing Setup Pole Award, Andrew Koska looking to quickly regain the race lead. Those fresh tires digging on the bottom of the racetrack. Gonna have to tiptoe through the tulips just a little bit on these cold tires. Don't want to overcook them getting down into one of these corners and have a problem. And there it is, new race leader back to the point once again. Your pole sitter, Koska, will reclaim that top spot a little further back. Let's take a look at this Mobile One Champagne machine, the 37 of Ken Lone, making some headway. Now inside of the top 5, looking for a little bit more. Let's drop that timing and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen once again. And I'm liking the look out of that 37. He's not quite all the way on the bottom of the racetrack. He's making some good time through these corners. Last time around, 24:03, so just about 3/10 of the second off of your race leader. We apologize. No, 23:94 to 23:76. Richardson able to get around Heinzman, who is yet to come to pit road. We're going to have to keep this in mind, race fans, as we watch this green flag run unfold. Heinzman does not have fresh tires. So when we restarted this thing right around lap number, I'd say about lap number 27 or so, these drivers have got a huge advantage, man. I mean, about 24 to 25 green flag laps of racing difference on the tires. It's going to be hard pressed for Heidsman to keep himself in the mix. We'll see how he goes about the rest of his night and managing this situation. It's not really a problem yet, right? So, if it ain't a problem, don't make it one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always heard those types of things. You know, if it ain't a problem, don't make it one. And if, you know, so no issues, no problems for the moment. So let's just keep this thing trucking. Whew, big moment there for the 47 of Dufton, almost into the outside wall. Corey Sherman almost into the rear deck lid there. That was a very close, tight little battle. Let's watch this battle now between Danielson and Delgado. 9th and 10th on the racetrack with the 77 of Dave Sanders lurking in the background. The Bad Weather Brewing Company sponsored 77 machine looking to kind of turn his season around, get himself back inside of not only the top 10, but of the top 5 coming into tonight's race, sitting in 6th in the overall point standings. Sanders does have that race win to lock himself into the championship chase, so he does have a little bit to fall back on. You'll be a little bit more risky with your opportunities. We'll see if that's the game plan throughout the course of the rest of tonight. Meanwhile, Gary Bowman starting to fall back into the clutches of Brian Dorsey. These two drivers got to go at it for quite some time here. Since we restarted, really, these two have been running pretty much nose to tail as we take a look off of the back end of that Blackstone sponsored 08 machine. Bowman get ahead across the line with the 9 of Dorsey still in tow. A look back from Christian Delgado. There you can see Dave Sanders and Chuck Danielson back in the background. Single file racing here at Iowa as we are over 15 laps into this round of a green flag run. We'll go back outside of the car as the 101 of Dave gained 4th. Now under fire is 17, bottom of the racetrack. The high velocity number 13 machine looking to get it done. He'll get the job done. Added to that time, gain 4th, struggling on the top side. That spam machine may be a little cooked here tonight. The Ford Mustang struggling. Right at a quarter of the way through tonight's race, already in a long green flag run underway. 2 quick cautions here tonight in over a 20 lap green flag run now. Gaps at the front of the field beginning to open up quite a bit. Andrew Koska, your pole sitter here tonight, once again with that Mad Spartan Mad Sim Racing stable up at the front of this field, showing the way at a yet another race weekend. And who's behind him? We can find Cody Richardson. Looking for the Cody and Cody show here in the post-race interviews. There you can see that NOS Energy drink, sponsor number 28 machine of Cody Heinsman. It'll let a handful of laps. Still yet to hit pit road. Very key. Very key. He's going to have to hit pit road here very shortly, though, with a green flag pit stop. We'll see how that... We'll see how all that unwinds. I mean, there's a lot to be asked, there's a lot to be had, and a lot to be found out. Dave Sanders with an issue. Out of turn number 2. We caught it a little bit late out of the corner of our eye. Missing what happened here, but Sanders slow on the racetrack. I would expect contact out of turn number 2. Back to pretty close battle on the racetrack. Let's go back here once again. Judd Danielson and Corey Sherman battle for the final spots inside of the top 10, 9th and 10th. On the racetrack, there's he gained 4th. Now going to take over that 10th position. Sherman having a little bit of a struggle. He's going to fight back on the bottom of the racetrack once again. Look for the position. Drag race into 3. We got a tight battle for that final spot inside the podium. Let's go up here. Let's head up front. Battle now between the 37 and 28. This is going to get interesting because, again, that 28 has yet to hit pit road. I mean, drivers right now have been out on the racetrack for about, looks to be about 24 laps. So his tires are at least 24 laps older. Hasn't made a stop just yet. So some differing strategies now coming to a head. And I don't know. I don't know. One part of me is wanting to say I don't like the strategy, not this early. But you see how quickly things are changing, how quickly the dynamic of tonight's Starlink 160 is becoming. We are now right at a 30-lap run here. The pit road window will be opening up for Heinzman. But has he saved himself an extra set? Should we get a late race caution? This thing has got a bit of a green flag feel here. Most of the field starting to spread itself out a little bit. I mean, as we say that, Bowman's starting to close in on the back end of Heinzman, but Heinzman doing, and forgive me guys, might get in trouble for this one, but Heinzman doing a hell of a job. Right, he's the only driver that has been out there for all 51 laps. He's yet to hit pit road, hanging on to a top 5 right here. That's Hall of Fame. That's wheelman. That's hell of a driver status. I don't care who you are. You give the whole field 24 lap fresher tires than me, while I'm on 53 lap old tires, and I'm able to keep some of the fastest ones still behind me, I'll take that all day long. The big question here is going to be, though, when does Heinzman have to come to pit road? You know he's going to have to come before the rest of the field, but will it translate into that 20-lap difference again? Remember, some of those laps were under caution. So not a true 24-lap difference on the tires. I want to know the speed difference it's going to be. I mean, right now, Heinzman's running a 24.72. Race leader's 46. This time by 24.46 for your race leader, Andrew Koska. Across the line, we'll get the updated stats. 24.71. So still within 0.3 of a second. With 24 lap older tires, bruh. Take it any day of the week. Any day of the week. Take a little look back here. Let's take a look as Brian Dorsey falling into the clutches of Ed Jurgen. Jurgen gonna make the pass look pretty easy. Gonna hop down to the bottom of the racetrack through the tri-oval. Grab the spot and have the position by the time they get to turn 1. Short-lived battle there just outside of your top 5. This thing's still heating up here between Heinzman and Bowman. Race leader Andrew Koska, he is checked out. Whoa, big moment here. Long almost into the outside wall, and you can see how much he had to check up, and that brought Heinzman right back in the mix. But as we were saying, race leader Andrew Koska, the Premier Racing Setup Pole Award winner here tonight, he gone. Over a 5-second advantage, way out front. Field is going to need a pit road problem, or one of those pesky caution flags to fly to slow down Koska for the moment. Richardson doing the same, checking out. 3.5-second advantage back to this three-way battle for the final spot on the podium. And I don't care. I'm a fan right now. I'm gonna fanboy the heck out of this thing, right? And I really don't care what you say. This 28, phenomenal job right now. Again, yet to hit pit road. He's been out on the track 60 laps now. Let's discount the caution laps, all right? Let's go ahead and discount those. So we've had 2 cautions. Let's call it 4 laps apiece, so 8 laps. Still running out there. 50. Oh, big trouble. Big trouble. Driver on the outside wall. That's going to be Stefan Music. Big trouble for the 09 Duncan machine. And Iowa does not run on Duncan here tonight. Might have to look into a little bit of stock and some decaf here, because he's going to need some more decals on that thing. Front clip missing as the 09 heads the pit road. Back to the battle between Corey Heinzman and Gary Bowman. The Blackstone 08 Camaro looking to break up the Toyota party. 1, 2, 3. As we have crossed that 100 lap to go threshold. Again, just an amazing job here by this 28. I am struggling to understand how he is able to keep it out there. Did we miss something? Is our scoring charts wrong? Did something happen? You know what? We're going to pull up another graphic real quick. Let's check out the stints. And there it is. No, Heinzman. 62 laps on this set of tires. Bruh. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Still holding his own. That's my goodness. Did you see Cody Richardson firing his way off into turn number 3, setting sail on the field? Race leader Andrew Koska still well out front. We'll take a little look at Koska here in just a handful of moments. Is the field going to cross the line once again? Everybody chasing after this man right here. Walked away with the Premier Racing Setup Pole Award. Drop back. On that opening lap, fell back to second. Grabbed the top spot, though, after our second caution of the night, and has not looked back. And I don't think he needs to worry about looking back. 7 seconds now out front. Another 2 seconds back from Richardson to Heinzman. Already putting multiple drivers off of the lead lap. Brian Dorsey behind the wheel of that Virginia Roofing number 9 machine. Inside the top 10, final driver in the top 10, and he's going to be under fire in a handful of laps. $16 drivers to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got 13 out on the track. All 16 still listed in tonight's race, just fixing some damage on pit road. And a handful more off of the lead lap. We're going to be left with just 10 drivers on the lead lap. Nathan Dumpton. There you can see this, the 47 of Dumpton over on the left-hand side of your screen. Listed off of the lead lap. First driver 1 lap down in this lucky dog position, in trouble for the Mobil 1 machine. Contact with the outside wall on the high side. More of those bumps. I told you how much character this track has. And there it is on display for you. Big battle once again. This 3-car battle. The triple threat. The Tangling trio, and we've got trouble. Brian Dorsey trouble through turns 1 and 2. And he is missing the front clip off of that machine. Let's go to the replay. Let's see how it all went down. And you could hear it start to slide a little bit, trying to catch it, and once it caught, that's all she wrote. One more look at it here. You can see the rear of the car upset right there. A little bit of a wiggle and a shake, a slide, and some big impact once again. So we'll head back out front with your race leader Andrew Koska as he brings the field down pit road. Heinzman will pit with the front of the field this time around. So everybody on the lead lap going to come down pit road this time. That's going to give us an opportunity to step away and pay a few more of the bills here tonight. You know how that goes. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back live here from Iowa Speedway.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And we bring you back in live trackside as field down the backstretch. We will receive the one to go. This time around in field, we'll get back underway right around the corner from the halfway point here tonight in the Starlink 160 for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. You heard it in the commercial. We don't have to speak on it much longer. If you want to get behind the wheel and you don't want to have to throw away millions of dollars, your best bet and your only bet is to be where the professionals are, right here on iRacing.com. So while we've got your undivided attention and the field doubles up down the backstretch, If you haven't already here tonight, make sure you give these drivers a thumbs up. Make sure you let them know that you would enjoy, that you appreciate all the hard work, all the racing action, week in, week out, each and every Thursday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. So here we go. Pace truck in. We'll roll to the restart zone on the gas, and away we go. Loud pedal to the floor as Koska brings us back to the line. Take a little jump away from the drone cam here tonight. Get a little closer to the action. Field going to make their way off of 2 single file for your top 4. Drivers jockeying for position a little bit further on back there. You can see Ken Long was inside, was battling 3rd, 4th, 5th on the racetrack before that caution flag flew. A little bit of a slow stop for that 37 Mobil 1 Champagne machine. And I've just added the Champagne machine onto it because, it looks like a champagne paint scheme. I like it. Digging it. Loving it. A little further back through the back. Danielson able to pick up a position. Able to grab the spot away from Corey Sherman. Nathan Dufton now in tow. Top 10 still on the lead lap. Lap number 79 goes on the board. We'll drop that timing scoring back over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Thanks for checking in with us, Eric. Thumbs up. We appreciate that. Hope you enjoy all the racing content and action here tonight. Not just here tonight, but the many different broadcasts going on here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We got something to fill your adrenaline needs. I promise you that. We've got short track. We've got dirt track. We've got open wheel. We've got it all right here in one place. Your home for e-speed on the Turn 3 Racing Network. 3 cautions here tonight as the field group back together at the front. We'll go back to your race leaders. Andrew Koska. Cody Heinzman able to regain that 2nd spot. Heinzman dropped back to 3rd after a long opening green flag run. Was able to get himself back on the same strategy. We'll see how long he plays this next green flag run out. As things starting to dissipate and go away at the front. Let's go back to the action again, guys. Let's keep it right here for a minute. Great look as the drivers head down the backstretch. A tight little battle here. As you're going to try to close in on the back end of Long and take that position away. Unable to do so for the moment here. Here's a fast running Danielson. I'm telling you, Danielson looking pretty quick right now. That Abruzzi machine may have had a little bit of problems early here tonight. But as the sun has set and the lights have begun to power on, that machine just seems to have come to life here. Just past the halfway point here tonight in the Starlink 160. Let's give you your mid-race report. So house cleaning in order. 16 drivers to the starting grid here tonight. We are down to just 12 remaining on the racetrack. With only 10 left on the lead lap. So a tough break and a tough run here for multiple drivers. Brian Dorsey, Dave Sanders, Stephen Music on down and out here tonight after significant contact. Gonna force them behind the wall and back to the hauler. Still a 3-way battle here. 6th, 7th, and 8th on the racetrack. Corey Sherman gonna start to walk in on the tail end of this battle. Some tight racing right here, guys. Very close racing here. You're getting a little bit of a misstep off of 4. That's going to allow the 29 of Danielson to close in just a little bit. I know he's got that 85 on the side of it, but listed as a 29 over there on our timing and scoring charts. We're still trying to work that out with the guys back at the wrap department, see how they're going to approach that one. But nonetheless, still close racing action, 6th, 7th, and 8th, just outside of your top 5. These drivers are losing some ground to your top 5. Gary Bowman and Christian Delgado having a little bit of moment amongst themselves. Richardson, Bowman, Delgado, this little 3-car battle. Getting a little bit of distance between themselves, but still right within striking distance. Dufton with problems. Dufton with some issues. Nathan Dufton with problems. Getting back up to speed, getting the car corrected, but big issues now. Nathan Dufton definitely going to fall off at the lead lap. There you can see race leader Andrew Koska still trying to break away from Heinzman at the front of this field. And I'm telling you, Heinzman is going to be one of those drivers that he's just not going to give up. You seen the fight that he put up with much older tires. I'm telling you, I don't know that I want it. I don't want a part of him right now. I don't want a piece of him. Looking quick at the front of the field, looking for a position down on the bottom of the racetrack. He'll take a look. We'll go side by side down the back stretch. Let's jump high above. Let's follow this battle here with the turn 3 drone cam. Nice little look as to the bottom and back to the point. Cody Heinzman gonna reclaim the race lead here on lap number 92. It is that Koska's kryptonite. Look at him stepping away already, 0.3 of a second advantage. Just as quickly as the battle developed, it is dissipated. And Heinzman might have this thing figured out, man. He might have the right line. He might have the right rhythm. Some tracks just work for certain drivers. This may be that track car combination that Heinzman it's just in the wheelhouse. So as the battle for the race lead has gone away, let's go back here. Danielson able to pick up a position not just on Sherman, but also on Ed Jurgen now. Danielson looking to set his sights on the 13 of Christian Delgado, take away a spot inside of the top 5 for the first time here tonight. Last time these drivers were on the pit road back at lap number 71, side-by-side battle with 24-lap-old tires. We've seen about 33 laps. On a green flag run, we're starting to inch into that late run territory. Will the tires continue to give up here for this field? They're running about a second slower than the fresh tire pace as the 65 of And with a little bit of technical difficulties, we're going to get you back to the racing action live from Iowa Speedway here in just a handful of moments. We do apologize for the mix-ups and hang-ups, but, you know, that's part of live TV. Things tend to happen sometimes here in the virtual world. That is iRacing.com. We're getting everything reloaded for you, getting everything working in the background. Once again, we do apologize for the mishap, and we'll get you back to the action here in just a brief moment. But for the time being, hope everybody's enjoyed tonight's race so far. We're winding things down here tonight from Iowa Speedway in the Starlink 160. Taking a look at all the production guys and girls over here working hard, pushing these buttons, making sure everything's plugged in, making sure everything's right. And we're going to get you back to the action here in just a brief moment. Field is under caution for the time being. Third caution of the night. As we were able to bring you back live trackside, so let's go back live trackside once again behind the pace truck for the third time here tonight. As again, some of the paint schemes going to reset themselves as well. Just one of the many nuances when dealing with the virtual world. Just past that 100 lap mark here tonight. Some quick cautions while we stepped away. You're going to stay under caution here at a 4. Field looks to get set to double up and get back to racing action this time around. And there it is. Pace truck lights are off. We are ready to roll once again here from Iowa. Right around the corner from the 50 to go mark here tonight. These drivers fixing to set sail. Front of the field looks the same it has all night long. Heinzman, Koska, row number 1 with Bowman and Richardson back in row number 2. Delgado and Jurgen, row 3. Lung and Sherman, row 4. Danielson and Gainforth rounding out your top 10 as we smash the gas and get back to racing here at Iowa. Heinzman get a fire off and reclaim the top spot easily. As 4 drivers left to battle. Bowman up on the high side, a little bit of slow off of turn number 2. He's going to give up a handful of positions here. Jurgen going to work his way around. Now opens the door for the 37 of Ken Lung down. Ooh. Big twitch there for Delgado. Big twitch. Delgado didn't know where he was going. Top or bottom. He's going to settle the car down now as the 08 struggling on the top side of the raceway. Tight, close battles here just after the restart. 3 laps going to go on the board, so we'll drop that timing and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen. Heinzman stepping away, 1.7 over Koska, half a second. Back to Richardson. Jurgen right here in the mix. There you can see that 92, the 08 sitting in front of the battle behind him. Lung and Delgado going to continue to go at it. Back down into turn number 1. Stay side by side. You can see Delgado missing those bumps on the bottom of the racetrack. That's going to be a very key factor. Very big. We've talked about it. We've mentioned it. The characteristics here at Iowa of this racetrack, modeled somewhat after Richmond. This is Rusty Wallace's baby. It's always lent its hand to some great racing action as we continue to watch these drivers pound the pavement here under the lights. Less than 50 to go, quickly clicking them off. Gaps at the front starting to develop and get sizable. Cody Heinzman out to 0.8 of a second advantage. Koska over a second on Cody Richardson, who just can't seem to shake Ed Jurgen. Let's take a look here. Last week's race winner at Charlotte Motor Speedway, picking up his third win on the season. Coming into tonight's race, 14 points in the overall points lead. Comfortably into that playoff picture. But Richardson just hasn't seemed to have the speed here tonight. Managing well. Just doesn't seem to have that outright pace that the top two have had here tonight. We're going to take a little step back now once again. Let's watch as Corey Sherman tries to take a spot away from Delgado. From about 5th on back, man, it's a hornet's nest. Nathan Dufton going to bring the 47 back down pit lane. He's been on pit road for quite some time now. Massaging that right rear fender, trying to get things straightened back up on that 47 machine, but I think it may be a lost cause. He's falling multiple laps down here. As we're marching closer to 40 laps remaining in tonight's Starlink 160, you're watching the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series race number 8 here from Iowa Speedway. 16 drivers to the starting grid. We've still got 10 out on track with 10 left on the lead lap. Dave Gainforth trying to do what he can. Tell you what, let's go back here to this battle. We've had our eyes kind of focused on the front side of this battle. There you can see that Spam 101 machine of Gainforth trying to close back in on Ken Long, who, for the most part of tonight's race, has been a threat inside of your top 5. But here in about the third portion of tonight's race, the last quarter of tonight's race, well, it started before the last quarter. About that 2/3 mark or so is when he started to struggle a little bit with the pace and a little bit with the speed on that Champagne Mobile 1 machine. Fastest Ford in the field. But I'm not sure, Ken. It seems like the further this has transitioned into nighttime, the tougher of a run that this Ford has had. Let's break it down that way for you. Let's go with it that way. Tell you what hasn't been tough. The domination at the front of this field by the Toyota team. 1, 2, 3, pretty much all race long. Heinzman and Koska now going to battle for that top spot once again. We've seen this unfold. We've seen Koska come back and reclaim the race lead, proving why he walked away with that Premier Racing Setup Pole Award here tonight. But we've also seen Heinzman be fast on a long run. It seems like he's able to keep more speed in the car for a longer period of time. Koska searching, looking for a way around, can't find an opportunity just yet. Will stay nose to tail across the line, lap 124 underway. Man, battle heating up right here. This is getting good. We don't want to step away for too long, but let's go back here real fast to this 3-car, 4-car battle still raging on. Danielson, Delgado, Sherman, and Long going at it for positions on the racetrack. We're going to keep our eye on this 4-car battle here Long almost able to take the position away. Was unable to do so. And Jurgen having some problems. He's falling back into the clutches of Dave Gainforth. Gainforth getting ready to pounce on the opportunity for a position. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, race leaders still nose to tail. Little peek to the inside through 3 and 4 that time. Koska did not jump on the opportunity just yet. Could he be setting him up for what I want to call, I don't even know if it's got a description, but basically, let's watch this line here for Koska. He's going to drop back to the bottom of the racetrack here in 1 and 2. There you can see again, bottom of the racetrack in 1 and 2, a little bit of a lower entry. Is he trying to keep that 28 driver looking in that mirror? Keep seeing him down there, keep seeing him down there. Not worried about what's going on at the top side of the racetrack, and just kind of lull him to sleep, right? Keep his eyes down there on the inside of the racetrack, and then make a big run to the high side. Really sail it off into the corner. But the problem with that is that's where the bumps are. That's where the car is going. It's going to handle terrible, right? That's really not where you want to run. But you got to run where they ain't. You got to do something they don't. Plain and simple. Otherwise, you fall in line and you play follow the leader. Those are your options. Things settling down here at the front of the field. We're going to jump back once again. 3 car. Royal Rumble going on back here, man. Whew. 37 a little bit loose off of 4. He'll keep the position for the moment. As Sherman keeping it packed in to the high side of the racetrack. Delgado digging on the bottom, not able to do anything here tonight. Catfishing will not work. So as this battle settles down, just a big moment there for Sherman. You can see a big twitch. Almost into that outside wall as well. A big twitch through 1 and 2 last time around from Corey Sherman. So as this battle has dissipated and gone away, we're going to go back to the battle at the front of this field. Let's go back here as Heinzman continues to lead the race. And if you've been here all night, you heard me talk about, I don't want to mess with this guy. Early here tonight, we've seen him stay out for over 60 laps before heading to pit road for tires. We've seen him keep pace with drivers with 4 fresh Goodyears. That NOS Energy drink, Toyota Camry, is trouble. It's trouble. We don't want no part of it. And there it is. That late run pace that we talked about. Coming back to fruition. Showing itself once again late in tonight's race. We're going to cross the line with just 25 laps remaining here in the Starlink 160 for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. In these last 25 laps, they're going to click off rather quickly. I can guarantee you that. Speed still under that 24.5 second mark for your race leaders at the front of this field. So we're going to click this thing off rather quickly. Battles are just about non-existent at this point. Let's head back to your closest battle here. That's going to be Corey Sherman trying to defend that 8th position from Ed Jurgen. The 92 machine was running right around that top 5 for the majority of tonight's race. Just things not going as planned late in the going. And Jurgen going to lose a handful of positions, but fall back to the 9th spot. And that seems to be a pretty safe spot Look for him to finish the night out there. Whoa, a little bit of contact. Right as we say, look for him to finish there, he's got some contact with the outside wall. Dave Gainforth headed down pit road. Oh, in trouble for the 6 of Sherman. Jumble for Corey Sherman. The Savage Edge number 6 Camaro on the ragged edge right there. Contact trouble. You can see the front clip all sorts of out of shape. Avoided going a lap down right there. That's going to be huge. That is going to be key, guys. Can we get a look at this latest caution? What happened here with Sherman? It looked like he was just trying to save it. Nowhere really for Jurgen to go there as he was making his way through 3 and 4. We're going to take one more look at it here. Or I apologize, that was 1 and 2 down there. Let's go back to the track, the camera here on 1 and 2. And there you can see the slide. It started to happen. He went down on the apron, thought he had it, but Jurgen was running the line and on exit, going to make some slide contact. That's going to open up pit lane once again for the 6th time here tonight at the Starlink 160. And it does look like all your lead lap drivers going to head down pit road. Dave Gainforth is going to stay out, get one of his 2 laps back. So a good job there by Gainforth. Still got a little bit ways to go here tonight. We're going to restart this thing with about 17 laps remaining. So Gainforth not down and out just yet. A lot can happen, especially when you get these late race cautions. We can see cautions breed cautions. We'll see how the field goes about things when we get ready to nail the loud pedal once again and smash the gas and get back underway. Race off of pit road. Cody Richardson gonna okey doke the field. Richardson gonna walk away with the race lead. Looks to be a 2-tire stop for that 64. He's gonna get out in front of Andrew Koska, Corey Heinzman, Gary Bowman. Ken Lung gonna round out your top 5. Judd Danielson, Christian Delgado, Ed Jurgen back in 8th. Sherman fixing some damage, working his way back around the track, keeping himself on the lead lap for the moment. You got the Mad Sim, Mad Spartan stable of drivers represented at the front of this field once again. Richardson to the point, up 3 positions from where he qualified tonight. Koska gonna drop back 1 spot into 2nd. Heinzman gonna fall from 2nd to 3rd. Gary Bowman from 3rd back to 4th. 1 spot up for Ken Lung. 10 positions gained here tonight for this driver. Front and center, man on the move, up 10 spots from where he qualified. Shotgun Sally, tail end of the field. Judd Danielson going to go from 16th to 6th. And I don't think that Abruzzi-sponsored Camaro is done just yet. I think he makes it. It's going to be a tough podium, but you never know. We may see some crazy racing action here at the front in just a handful of moments when this thing gets sent to go back green flag. So there it is. Pace car lights are off. We'll have 16 laps remaining when the drivers drop the hammer once again. Here from Iowa Speedway, the Starlink 160 coming to a close. We got a lot of hungry drivers at the front of this field that have not visited Victory Lane just yet here this season. 4 race wins in total in those front 2 drivers. Your front row with 4 wins in their back pocket. Will they pick up a 5th for that Mad Spartan, Mad Sim racing stable? I mean, they're there week in and week out. Tough to beat. Jack Oswald gonna bring the pace truck in and we'll fire things back off. Green flag flies. Here from Iowa, 16 laps to go, side by side, back down into one. Heinzman trying to make a move, not gonna get there. Too little. Look, almost contact. Woo! 64 of Richardson gave the 86 all sorts of room, but he, whoa, a big wiggle. Switch contact. In the 28, gonna go for a ride. Heinzman gonna go for a ride. Big slide somehow. Does not hit anything. Oh my. That's going to be a driver hot under the helmet. Contact after Koska. We apologize after Richardson. Oh, and more contact behind Jurgen into 13. Jurgen facing the wrong direction. The 13 involved in this latest one. Let's go. Check the replay on this one, man. We've got a lot of different things going on and happening. Contact with the outside wall. Jurgen down the racetrack. Going to clip that right rear. 13 going to come up. Man, that's... Take a look at it one more time. Do we got one more look? Can we go from the... Do we got that on the front stretch cam, guys? Let's head there. You can see just in front of these 2 drivers having trouble. There's more trouble. A lot going on here in the late running. There it is, a little bit of a twitch by Danielson as well as Long. 13 of the 92. Gonna catch a piece of carnage. We're gonna head back out front with your race leaders, Andrew Koska and Cody Richardson. Back under caution for the 7th time here tonight. We're gonna have just about... we should have maybe less than 10 to go. When we go back, green flag racing here tonight from Iowa Speedway. Tight group of drivers started tonight's race. 16 drivers to the starting grid here at Iowa Speedway. We have since had a handful have to duck and bow out of tonight's race. 6 drivers already listed down and out of tonight's race. Ed Jurgen, Corey Sherman, both just involved in some heavy contact. They're going to fall back 9th and 10th on the racetrack. Dave Gainforth, though, we said he needed another caution. He got it. Gainforth back onto the lead lap. That's big. That's big. Not only back onto the lead lap, but he just came and put 4 fresh Goodyear tires on. We're going to have just under 10 laps to go. He will be at the tail end of this field, But that's still only about 9 or 10 positions, right? It's only 9 or 10 cars in front of you. Corey Sherman with some damage now. The 13, or I apologize, the 6, not going to be, might not have that much of a fight in him, right? So you got drivers with much older tires, about 10 laps, give or take a lap or two. So you got some fresh tires. You don't have a lot of time, but you got 4 fresh Goodyears on your side. This is where you got to put the head down, get the elbows up, and you go racing. You got to get me some positions. I'm not saying go out there and only bring back the steering wheel, but you got to go get me something. We ain't got a lot of time to do it. You got to give me something. I mean, I've done what I could for you by the calls. I've given you the tires when you needed them. The racing gods have smiled upon us and put us back on the lead lap. With a short track shootout, a true short track shootout in front of us. We're going to have 8 laps to go when we get back under green flag conditions here today from Iowa Speedway. Gainforth with the freshest tires in the field. He has got to be on it on this restart. Richardson, if he's wanting to go back to back, he's got to be on it on the restart. What about Koska? Looking for his 2nd race win. Looking to go pole position, fastest lap, most laps led. Can he do it? What about Danielson? Up 12 positions, starting 4th, 2nd driver outside row. A lot of big things can go down, and it's fitting to business about to pick up as we get back under green flag conditions. 8 laps to go here, and the Starlink 160, big stack up here. 2-3 wide at Iowa, off of 2, shooting the gap up the middle. Here comes that 28 NOS energy drink. Toyota, oh my goodness, and he fired his way right back to, whoa, big trouble. Man, giving it all he's got, trying to make it back up there. He almost was back into a podium position, and he's going to have to run twice as hard now. Gainforth up 1 position now into 9th as he loses a spot to that 28 machine. 6 laps to go. 6 laps to go. We'll drop the timing and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen one more time. Richardson and Koska going at it at the top of the scoring charts. Heinzman still looking for some positions. He's going to make his way to the inside of Ed Jurgen. They'll have the position as they cross the line, move Heinzman to 7th. Battle for the race lead. Halfway down the backstretch, Koska goes to the bottom. Catfish Billy with the slide job with 4 to go. Andrew Koska going to take back that top spot. And how about Danielson, man? Great run here tonight for Judd Danielson, walking away 13 positions gained here tonight. An amazing job inside of your top 3. Gary Bowman, Ken Lung right behind him, Corey Showman and Cody Heinzman going at it. Heinzman will take that 6th position away. Look for Heinzman to try to upset these final few drivers in the podium, but just 3 laps to go. Koska opening up the race lead at the front. Off of 4 across the line, popsicle sticks on display for race leader Andrew Koska. Just 1.6 miles remaining in tonight's Starlink 160 for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. Off of 2, back down the backstretch, clean and clear for Koska. Richardson gonna try to keep Danielson and Bowman at bay. White flag flies. Final lap here tonight in the Starlink 160. The advanced board for Heisman has come to an end. Now the battle is for third. Danielson, Bowman, Lung going at it. Andrew Koska through 3 and 4 for the final time. He'll see the checkered flag once again for the second time this season. Checkered flag. Oh my gosh, did you see the finish? Second time this season, checkered flag in hand for Koska. Danielson, Lung, and Bowman putting on a show coming across the start-finish line. Let's take it back. We got to take a little look here, man. That was absolutely an amazing run to the end. Let's check this out. Whoa, guys, can we get the normal speed? Can we go back to that normal speed, please? Check out this run here. We're going to take a moment. Oh my goodness. Look at the move right there from Bowman. Almost working out. Man, what a run to the end. Absolutely phenomenal as we go back to the man on a mission at the front. Burning it down. Smoke show on the front stretch for your race winner behind the wheel of that 86 machine. The Mad Spartan Sim Racing 86 to victory lane. What a race, what a night here from Iowa. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. Head back trackside as promised at the conclusion of tonight's Starlink 160 post-race show. Ready to kick things off. Let's head a little closer to the track. Let's see if we can't grab A handful of words with a man that walked away with a podium position here tonight. Let's see if we can't dial up the man behind the wheel of that number 29 machine. Judd, it's Dave. You got a copy?
Yes. Hi, Dave. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How about yourself? Solid run here tonight, walking away third from the racetrack, man. Gotta feel good about starting tail end shotgun Sally and still making it all the way to the front.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was very nervous. Got some practice in, so it felt good. Car was real twitchy. Just had to be very careful on the in, and if you could just get it down there a little bit, it would go. But yeah, a lot of throttle work tonight, man.
Now, you mentioned that throttle work here at Iowa. It's a very characteristic laden track. There's a lot of bumps through these corners. Does the bumps lend itself to more of that throttle control racing that you're talking about?
Well, yeah, if you go down into one on the inside there, you know that big bump that's there. So a lot of us were trying to run that second line, but if you were anywhere further out there, then it was another bump. So you just tried to, feather through there. If it bounced off that bump, you were pretty good though. I mean, a lot of these guys had just great speed off. I was just like, where are they going? But no, it was overall okay. 3-4, ride the high line. Gary Bowman, he just mastered it tonight. So fast up there. And, dirty air. As soon as I got some clean air going, oh, this car woke up.
Well, you mentioned the restarts. We're going to get to some of that right here real quick. Final 20 laps or so, 2 quick cautions. What runs through your mind?
Stay out of trouble. Try not to get in the guy's way. I know there's guys out here that are a lot faster than me. I did my practice. I set my car up. I felt comfortable with it. I think the guys were just, our cars were beat up a little bit, but overall, I think they were just hitting the throttle a little too soon. And, you want to race. Of course, you want to race each other, but Iowa, I don't know. This is a crazy racetrack, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Iowa always one of them tracks that kind of, for me at least, it's kind of like a Darlington track where you either love it or you just want to fill it full of water. One of the two.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we talk about Darlington, and we're going there too, I guess. So.
Well, we are going to be heading to Darlington at some point, I do believe, here in the next handful of weeks. I do believe so, but not quite sure on that. I'll have to double check some of the scheduling and things of that nature. But Judd, man,
I mean, I'm a rookie in this league, so I'm trying to stay out of trouble. I'm not trying to make enemies. I just want to race with these guys. I've heard great things about them, so I've had a great time. I got an opportunity to come up to Cup this year, so I just want to race. I mean, these guys are really good. So if I can learn some stuff and be a better competitor, and they can trust me, then that's really all I'm asking for. I'm not looking to be a champion in this league or anything. I just want to race with them.
Well, man, you did a hell of a job racing with them here tonight, working your way all the way from the back, all the way onto the podium. So before we let you go here tonight, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Thank you. Love you to the league for sure. These guys, like I said, I can't thank them enough for letting me come in here and try this. Was pretty nervous about Cup, but Abruzzi Raceware, Savage Motorsports, those guys do a lot for us. Really, my wife, she lets me do this, so I'm happy.
Well, we're happy to see you in a podium position. This is going to be your second top 5 on the year, so then something to hang your hat on as well. Continue the pace, continue the run, and I'm sure we'll meet again here in the near future. But until then, my man, stay safe, and of course, keep it fast.
Sounds good. Thanks, buddy.
All right, there you have it on the podium for the first time this season. Judd Danielson to get a part of that Abruzzi Camaro on the podium in the 3rd position. That's going to lead us now to the man that walked away second. Let's see if we can get a handful of words in with the man that walked away with the race win last week. Almost got the job done here tonight, but he will walk away second. Cody, it's Dave. You got us?
I got you, man.
Man, back talking to us once again, back on a podium, looking good, feeling good. How you feeling after just a long night of racing?
Man, this thing is a handful here. It's loose into the corner, loose in the center, loose off. If you nail everything just right, you can have a little bit of grip on entry to center, but you're still loose off, and after that, you're just trying to hang on. Real easy. I think this is the about 20% more forward brake bias than I've ever ran in the next gen car, just trying to get the thing from spinning the back end around. I didn't have anything for either Andrew or Cody Heinzman, but I mean, I was just doing what I could to hang on there. That last pit stop, we knew the only way to beat Cody on the short run was to take 2 tires and be in front of him and try to control the race from there. I think Andrew got a little loose on the wall and kind of knocked him off and set Cody back a little bit, but he was sure the class of the field tonight. Andrew definitely second class of the field. Would have liked to have seen a long run with a green flag pit stop, but man, I'm glad we got what we did. This was a difficult car to drive here tonight.
A difficult car with a difficult track, a lot of bumps, a lot of different aspects that you got to manage throughout, not just the lap, but through the entire run. With the tire fall off and the tire wear, the throttle points change a little bit with those bumps as you're going over them and through them. So a lot of things going on behind the wheel here at a very tough short track. But we're going to open things up next week. We're heading to one of the bigger tracks on the schedule. We're heading to Indianapolis Motor Speedway next week. How you feeling about running at Indy?
A lot more comfortable at Indy than I am here at Iowa. That is 100% for sure. Indy's, like I said before, along with Gateway are my 2 home tracks. I'll be there for the 500. I'll be there for the Brickyard this year. Been there for the road course last couple of years in real life. Love driving it on the sim. So hopefully I get to talk to you again next week. I really enjoy that track.
Well, man, if you continue the way you have so far this season, this is going to be, out of 8 weeks of racing, this is going to be your 7th top 10, your 7th top 5. 3 wins on the year, man. The pace is there, the speed is there, the skill is there. We're sure we're going to pick up and have a few more conversations before the season's over. But before we let you go here tonight, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for coming up here and doing this race in Turn 3 Racing Network. We appreciate you coming out here and spending your Thursdays with us. I know sometimes they can be long and boring races. Sometimes they get a little exciting. I hope tonight was more exciting than anything else. Thanks to Cyber Thunder for hosting all these sessions for us and everything the admin team does. I want to say hi to all the friends and family out there. Got to say hi, Mom. I say big old thanks to my teammate there. Congratulations to Andrew, my teammate, for getting the win as well. All the sponsors on the car with Mad Sim Racing, Mad Spartan Sim Racing for sure. And I want to make sure everybody checks out madsimracing.com and intotheapex.com. New podcast every weekend. We'll try to get you on sometime, Dave. I'll give a talk to the guys.
All right, well, we'll be waiting to join you, and I don't know, maybe we'll have to try to come up there to Indy one of these next few years and get face-to-face and, shut the podcast down the proper way. But no, I'm just kidding. Just jokes, man. Consistent season so far. We hope it continues for you. Until next time, my friends, stay safe, and as always, keep it fast.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
All right, there you have it, man. Behind the wheel, front and center on screen, Cody Richardson gonna pick up yet another top 5 as he finishes second here tonight, and that's gonna move us right along in the running order. We're gonna visit some drivers on victory lane. Tell you what, let's get a little closer look at this man, front and center, parked across that start-finish line, behind the wheel of that 86 machine, walked away with the Premier Racing Setup pole award here tonight, followed it up with a race win. Man, gotta be feeling good behind the wheel, Andrew, huh?
Oh yeah, that was a fast car out there tonight. Setup was a little sketchy around the whole place. I'm sure everyone was complaining about that, but yeah, it was a blast out there at Iowa. It's such a fun track to get out to.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things a lot of different drivers can kind of complain about when it comes to Iowa, modeled after Richmond. So if you have a tough time at Richmond, you're more than likely going to have a pretty tough go at it here at Iowa. The bumps, much different in 1 and 2 as they are in 3 and 4. So a lot going on behind the wheel, and somehow you got it done here tonight. Let's go back to that last little restart you had. Speaking of a lot behind the wheel, a little bit of contact there coming out of the corner. Car just step away from you a little bit coming out of 4.
Yeah, they're on that, I guess the second to last restart or whatever. Cody and I, we decided, hey, we're going to take two tires here. We're hoping it was going to tighten up our car a little bit and be able to jump over Cody Heinzman there on the last restart. That restart, it did not want to fire off on me. I decided to crank back my brake bias a little bit, and it was a bad mistake, just made me super loose there. So coming out of three, or coming out of four, I got a little bit loose, came down. I didn't realize Cody Heinzman was that close to me. I feel bad for getting into him. At least it didn't cause him a wreck. He made a absolutely ridiculous save there in the infield. That was amazing to see. Feel bad about that, but good to get this 1-2 MSSR win here, and hopefully we'll be able to have Heinzman back up here next week battling with us again.
Well, man, if the season has taught us anything, it's that you guys just seem to always end up coming together and racing with each other at the front of this field. I mean, this is going to be your 5th top 5 of the season, 6th top 10, second race win. So the consistency is definitely there with you and the crew. We've got a handful of races left in the regular season. You're already locked in to that championship chase. Is there any track in those final few weeks leading up to Homestead that you may have circled on the calendar as getting the race win?
You know, I guess we got Indianapolis and Texas coming up. Both of them, I think, fairly good tracks. I know both Cody and I have been fairly successful at both of them. So, hoping that either of us can hopefully lock out both of those races to end off the regular season here. It should be some good racing. I think a bunch of us, a bunch of fast racers for both of those races. So hopefully it's going to be some great, exciting racing for everyone watching.
Yeah, the end of the regular season is going to be a barn burner. The chase packed with some great racing as racetracks as well. So I'm expecting the racing to be the same as we continue on. But we won't keep you much longer. We'll let you continue to spray the champagne when you climb out of the car. But before we let you go here tonight, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, first of all, shout out to you, Dave, broadcasting this league every Thursday for us. Amazing broadcast that you do for us. Shout out to my girlfriend over on the other side of the room watching the race and cheering me on for this one. Shout out to the entire MSSR team, all the hard work and practice together. I mean, it definitely pays off. You can see it out on the racetrack every week. And obviously a shout out to all of our sponsors as well, too, out there.
Well, Andrew, again, always a class act, always a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things. Consistency can be king, and you're showing you got that without a problem or an issue. So we expect to talk to you a handful of more times before the end of the regular season, and as we close in after that championship trophy. Enjoy this win, but until next time, my friends, stay safe and keep it fast.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave. Hopefully we talk soon.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walks away with the top spot here tonight. Snatch that Premier Racing Setup Pole Award, and he will snatch the checkered flag as well. What a job. Well done here tonight for Andrew Koska and that 86 crew. Man, the Mad Sim Spartan Racing team, I'm telling you, those guys have got some of the most consistent drivers throughout the course of this season so far. We'll see if anybody can break up the party and the fun as things continue on. Well, 8 races behind us, 2 more to go in the regular season, a lot on the line, 12 drivers looking to get to the championship chase. 5 slots already taken up with previous race winners. It's time for the nitty gritty. You gotta be on it over the course of these next 2 weeks. We'll see which one of these drivers and teams steps up to the plate to get the job done and race their way into the championship. And with producers hitting the buttons in the background, you know it's time for us to run down the unofficial race results here from the Starlink 160, live from Iowa Speedway. Top of the speed charts in qualifying, top of the speed charts in the race. Checkered flag belongs to Andrew Koska. Cody Richardson gonna come home second with Judd Danielson back in third. Ken Long in fourth with Gary Bowman finishing out your top 5. Fast all race long, some late race troubles in the 28 NOS Energy Drink Machine piloted by Cody Heinzman will slide home in 6th. The 7th tonight, Corey Sherman, Ed Jurgen back in 8th with Dave Gearing 4th, finishing 9th. 13 Machine of Christian Delgado gonna walk away 10th from Iowa tonight with Nathan Dufton back in 11th. Chris Letts in 12th, Brian Dorsey in 13th. 14th tonight, the 77 Bad Weather Brewing Company, Machine of Dave Sanders, Stephen Music back in 15th. Michael Grubb will finish out the 16-car field here tonight for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. Starlink 160 live from Iowa Raceway. Big tip of the cap to Tom Richter, race control and admin just down the hall, keeping all of these drivers straight under caution here tonight. Job well done, Tom. Hope you enjoyed tonight's race just as much as we did. But that's going to do it for us. We're going to get ready to cut off the lights and roll up the courts. But before we go here tonight, if you haven't already, make sure you show these drivers some love and appreciation and drop that thumbs up. As always, join us in that push to 4,000 subscribers. Show the drivers love. Drop the thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of our dedicated fans, friends, family, or one of our many different sponsors, we appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. Speaking of us, we're going to get ready to close things out tonight, so we're going to step out and begin to make our way to Indianapolis Speedway for next week's racing action right here. Thursday night, 8 p.m. You can find us. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.